Well, hello Olympus and Micro Four Thirds people. This is a very quick video from me to show you the difference between the Flexshooter Pro and the Flexshooter Mini. The first obvious one is size. Look, you can see that the Pro is obviously much bigger than the Mini, the clue's in the name. The weight is different. This is about 660 grams. This is about 440 grams, so it's much lighter. This will support up to 45 kilos on top, so that's a massive red camera system. This will support about 9.5 kilos, so certainly enough for any Micro Four Thirds kit you're going to put on there, and actually enough for any DSLR kit as well. So you can see the difference there. It's really a matter of personal choice. Let's have a look and see what it can do. Okay, so I've mounted the head here on a very small tripod I've got. I don't care what tripod you can have. You can have a monster heavy one like this, kind of a bit of a legacy for me really. I don't need a big tripod anymore. Or I've got this very small light one. It goes right on the top of the head. You can see it's very small, very low profile. This is the most important step, okay? And you will see, hopefully with the cutaways here, what I'm gonna do is get the first ball level by using the spirit level. And this is very important. You must do this really well because it sets the center of balance for the whole head. And now it means, even though I'm on a slope, that everything I'm going to shoot is going to be entirely level because we've got this unique double ball system. Now what I want to do is show you the camera and lens combinations that you might actually use to answer some questions. All right, the 300 f4 on the Mark III, the 300's got an Arca Swiss foot, which is great. So it doesn't matter if you have the knobs at the front or the back. Some people prefer them at the back. I actually prefer them at the front. There's a little arrow on top that says lens direction. Forget that, it doesn't matter, it works equally well each way. So put the lens in the jaws there. I would put it so that the back jaws are right at the back of the foot, and then you'll find that wherever you tilt your lens, if you've got it balanced right, we will hold it perfectly in place. Okay, so that's absolutely, brilliant, and that means you can move at any point. It's fantastic for bird photography. It's fantastic for macro. If you want to lock it up, of course you can lock it up. We just do the silver knob, and it's great. It's absolutely solid, and it's also what you see is what you get. So when you lock it up, we don't drift out the viewfinder. You get what you see on the screen, which is brilliant. So that's the 300 and the Mark III. Okay, I hear. What about the, well, what should we do? The 300 and the, yeah, let's do the 300 and the 40 to 150. So quickly here, out of shot, I am changing various lenses, okay, so that you can see the 40 to 150. Now, it doesn't come with a lens foot. Okay, so it doesn't come with an Arca Swiss, so you have to buy an Arca Swiss lens plate, but you only need to buy a small one. Again, I don't care where you put it. You can put it on the front, you can put it on the back. Just loosen the locking jaws. Away you go. Now you may have to fiddle a bit to get the center of balance. It's very important. So ditch it forward. It should roughly hold in its place. It's a bit light, this camera, so you almost have to take the plate right so the jaws just barely get hold of it. There you go. That's great. Okay, so that's perfectly balanced now with the 40 to 150 as well. If you put a converter on it, you just have to change the balance here of the Arca Swiss plate, okay? But you can see it's a fantastic piece of kit because it just allows you to be so flexible. 1 second you can do macro, the next second you do landscapes, the next second you do long lens, okay? It's just a fantastic piece of kit. Now you're going to ask me as well, what about the 1X on all these lenses? 1X on a 300. Now the issue that you're going to have with the 1X is the battery grip here. Okay, the battery grip is not, it is kind of not conducive to this head. It's in the way. So what I've done, I've put the jaws right at the front, and let's just try it out. Just lock it up. Oh, there you go, nicely balanced. See, just perfectly balanced there. So with the 1X, and you've got also enough room there. You've got to make sure you've got enough room to shoot your portrait modes as well, which you might want to do. So that's lovely balance for that. Now what happens if I have the 1X and the 40-150, you cry? You would ask such awkward questions, he says. Very quick lens change here. It's a good job that I'm not stressed about getting grass into my lenses, isn't it? Because the good thing about the Olympus is they seem to clean everything. And it's, anyway, there we go. 40 to 150. Now you notice here I've got the lens plate on. Here, because of course this 40 to 150 doesn't come, as I said, with a plate. Now you have to be very careful here because you have to get this plate as close to the battery grip as you can. Okay, so let's undo it all. And again, now this time we've got the opposite problem. Okay, the camera is heavy and the lens isn't. So what about the best we can get is that, where it will come back to the center. Okay, we can't actually go any more forward because of the back here. So what you're going to have to do is, if you're at an angle like this, you'll just use the silver knob here to lock it up, and it will stay perfectly in place. Okay, so it's quite happy staying there and there and there. Okay, it's just not going to stay down just because of the simple fact we can't get that lens plate back far enough. But it doesn't really matter, and it's certainly never affected me at all. So I hope that you see that this is a fantastic piece of kit, and it's available right now from my store.